Progress. And all right, Laura, that is you. If you want to unmute, I will mute. And we are good to go. We're getting there. We're just give us a second. Do any of you have anything you want to discuss or know more about while we're working through our technical difficulties?
Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Good. I don't have to stand up. I'm not standing. All right. Good morning. No. Good morning, everybody. We are here today for our first Kindle class. Glad y'all could join online and in person. We are doing our lead generating and database class today. So if you have any questions along the way, please stop and ask and we can discuss, any ideas, any thoughts, any questions. This is not just me talking, this will be a discussion class. So please feel free to discuss whenever. All right, so lead generating and database. they go hand in hand. So this is why we do this class together. One kind of can't survive without the other or exist without the other, especially in our real estate business. So, there we go. All right. So we're going to talk about the power of one. We want to set one important goal and focus on it. So at the beginning of your real estate career, or at the beginning of the year, or whenever you are setting your goals for the next year, which I think we're going to have a class, I think in October, setting our goals for 2022. So you want to have an end goal in sight. So set that goal. Then what we have to do, we have to have one fundamental discipline, and we need to develop that. And then we want to make that into a habit to achieve our goal that we have set for the year. So it's like the big goal. We can break that down, well, our yearly goal, and then we can break that down into our like quarterly goal. And then what do we have to do every day to reach those? What habit do we need to do to reach those goals? So that's the power of one. We're going to get into that a little bit now. So this is based on two proven foundation concepts, the principle of greatest leverage, and one thing begets another. The principle of greatest leverage is about I know y'all have probably heard the 80-20 principle. So 80% of our results will come from 20% of our actions. So that means, you want to focus on some small task every day and not really run yourself to death that you've got to do this and you got to do this, and your to-do list is 100 things. You want to just set some small foundational task every day, and then you will get 80% of your results from that. So most of your day, 20%, and then you get 80% results, or you can spend 80% of activities and get 20% results. So when you focus on activities that really matter instead of 80% that don't, your chances of success will increase significantly. You can study further about the 80-20 principle. It doesn't just apply to real estate. It's a life principle that a lot of businesses, they base their business, they model their business plan around this. So the principle of great leverage. So this means you want to leverage your time and to yield the highest productivity by spending that time disproportionately on a few key actions. Like I said earlier, you want to have some key action steps in place every day or during your business week that will make your business grow and be more productive. When you focus on what really matters, your chances of success increase significantly. And it forces you to focus on one goal, one discipline, and one habit. And that will make sure your sales succeed and that you are working at your highest level. You want to simplify your thinking. I know, especially new agents or even older agents that have been in this business for a while, you hear all these new ideas, you talk, you're like, oh, here's this, you need to do this, or you need to do this. So you get kind of bombarded, especially if you go on Pinterest or if you go on YouTube, or, how do I start my career? What do I need to do? This and this and that. And there are a lot of wonderful ideas out there. But if you try to do all of them at one time, you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to think, oh, this is going to be impossible. So we want to focus on that one big goal that we have, and then we want to make sure we have the discipline and then focus on those little habits. So I think that's it. Yeah, just by simplifying your thinking. So find that one or two things that you want to focus on, stick to that, and see what it does for you in a few months. In real estate, this is not a fast overnight get rich business at all. You have got to plant seeds and plant seeds and plant seeds, and then you have to water and nurture those seeds. And then, you know, my dad's a farmer, so I've grown up watching, I mean, you know, the planting and the harvesting. So you have to plant a lot of seeds to get a good harvest. And that's what we're doing right now. All right, so one thing begets another. What does this mean? Means like you've mastered one thing. That's what I'm talking about. Find something that you think, oh, well, I'm going to try this. So master that one thing first, and then see if it works for your business. And then see if you're getting any, see if you're getting any clients out of it. See if you're getting a harvest out of it before trying to do another cool idea or another strategy. Give it time, master it before you move on to the next thing. If you see that it's not producing anything, then introduce something else. Or once you've mastered it, then you can bring in another element to your business. But you want to master one thing. It's just kind of like, well, when you're, let's see here, this is the foundational way of all goals. You have to have discipline and habits. As y'all know that I'm also, well, you may not know, but Holden does and everybody else, I'm also a tennis coach. So I'm a coach. So, you know, I have kids wanting to be in the advanced or intermediate class. And I'm like, no, you haven't done the beginner class. Or I tell the parents, no, they haven't gotten these foundations yet. So they cannot go in this other class. So, you got to set your foundation first before you can go up to that next ladder or the next level. So that's the same thing in here. You want to master that bottom foundation, get that foundation set before trying to go to that next level. All right, so it's kind of like the dominoes. As you can see, I have the dominoes up there. You push down that first one, and then it's just a domino effect. And that's what your business, it will be like, is a domino effect. You'll understand, you'll have that one habit in place, and it becomes a routine. And it's just like brushing your teeth. You know to do this every day, and it becomes easier and easier. And then you can add something else, and then you'll see your business grow. And then you'll go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And just like bowling pins, you can, when you go bowl, if you hit that first pin just right, you can get a strike. So it knocks down all the other pins. You don't worry about that back row. You focus on that first pin right there, and then it knocks down all the other ones. So same thing with your business, one thing at a time. Don't try to do 20 things at once. All right. Any questions so far? I'm kind of going fast. So anybody online have any questions about any of this? I hope I can hear them now, Holden. Okay. All right, cool. All right. The power of 1 and 12, 12, 3. So like I've been saying, we've got one goal. We're going to have one discipline and one habit to start off with. So you're going to go, and I just picked these numbers since it's one transaction a month. So there's 12 months in a year. Let's just say your goal is to get one transaction in a month. That's 12 transactions in a year. You can, so we got to come up with our discipline, which is going to be lead generation. And we're going to come up with our habit is going to be, we're going to lead generate for 3 hours each day of our work day. So that is going to be, we're going to work on this power of 1. This is a good place to start. Or if you need to refocus your business, and if you're not meeting your goals for the year, then maybe you need to come back down to the basics, figure this out so your business can grow. I know I've gotten sidetracked and I have not done my habits. So therefore I've broken my discipline of lead generating. And then I wonder, in 3 months, why I'm not having any business. Well, I didn't sit down and discipline myself and do my lead generating, my habit of 3 hours every work day. All right, so as I was saying, no leads equals no sales, equals no closings, equals no income. At the end of the day, if you're not going to lead generate, then you're not going to have a business. If you don't learn to focus on what's important and absolutely do that, life can be pretty miserable and pretty disappointing. So, we are running our own businesses. And if we don't treat this as a career, as a job, like you would be working for another employee, then you are not going to get paid. All right, so just a little something for yourself. This is a great time. If you have not set a goal, figure out however many transactions will do for you. So put whatever number in that blank up there. You will have, so like earlier, I put 12 transactions. So what does that mean for you? It means you'll virtually guarantee yourself success and growth in real estate. How to achieve this? Master basic skills and scripts and time block your calendar. So don't just settle for average. Just having your real estate license is not success. You have to put in these little action steps, this discipline to make sure that you are successful. All right. It may take some time for your lead generation activities to yield results. Like I said, the seeds that you plant today, you're looking to harvest those seeds 3 months from now. So I'm not saying that you can't find someone that's ready to put their house on the market today. But that doesn't happen all the time. We have to cultivate. We have to, water our seeds. We have to stay in touch with our people. So plant the seeds today, knowing that you are looking to reap a harvest in 3 months. You must not give up during this important time to establish a root system. You are building your reputation during this time. You are adding or creating a database of contacts. You are learning scripts and dialogues. And when I say learning scripts and dialogues, I don't mean sit here and memorize scripts and act like a robot or like a customer service person from, when you call a company. They don't listen to you. They are just basically running off a script, and it's like, you're not even answering. You're just reading off a sheet of paper and reading your script to me. You're not listening to me. You're not hearing me. But as more conversations that you have in real estate, the more scripts that you are going to learn on your own and use your own words. So just know how to have conversations versus written out scripts. I hope that makes sense. And then you want to, if you are farming a neighborhood, you're working on your presence in that neighborhood as well. So that's what you're doing in those 3 months of taking care of your seeds, is you're doing these things. So even though you're basically might not get a paycheck, but you are building your business. So ask yourself, do I want a job in real estate, or do I want to build a long-term successful real estate business? Do you want to make this a 9-to-5 job, like an hourly job, or do you want to make this a career? And I'm hoping we all go into this thinking career and not job. High achieving real estate agents come to understand that all great businesses is built upon consistent lead generation achieved through a daily commitment to action. All right, so let's talk about our habits. 3 hours a day. If you don't have 3 hours a day to lead generate, you can do 2 hours a day. That is fine, as long as you're doing something to lead generate. Research has been done, demonstrated consecutively that the most important long-term commitment you can make to your career in real estate is to devote several hours every single workday to lead generation. The magic number is 2 to 3 hours. Shows that you can build your own customized lead generation program that can be very successful and suit your personality and interest. The common thread is that the 3 hours per day lead to generation effort. The method used isn't cause for success. It is consistent time spent doing it. So this is what you want to do. You know, just keep lead generating each and every day something. And we're going to get into like, what does that look like during the day? Let's see here. So time block your calendar for 3 hours. You want to try to make it the same time every day, week after week. So, you know, just like if you have a workout routine, you want to try to do it kind of at the same time. If you have, you know, whatever routines that you have in your life, if you put them at the same time every day, it's easier to remember them, and your body will, it'll start, your mind will, it'll be like clockwork. So, this is, you know, you're calling people, you're meeting with people, you're connecting with people, your new and existing contacts in your database. Lead generating isn't about just cold calling or staying on the phone all the time. It's you are building purposeful relationships with the people you already know most of the time. All right, so during your 3 hours, you want to call or visit people you know already. These are people, these are your friends, people if you've gone from another job and you switched over to real estate, old employees, it could be people in your church, in your community. It could, I mean, just go through your phone, your contacts in your phone, set up some coffee times or happy hour times with them. You can organize networking events. Hopefully we won't be shut down and we can continue to meet in person, and we can, you know, you can start organizing some networking events, or maybe even start, you know, hopefully in 2022, you can put some things on your calendar. You can prepare your marketing materials. If you've got an open house coming up, start doing that. Or if you're sending out, we're getting ready for the new year. So November, sending out, you know, calendars for 2022. Like I said, the open house, prepare seminars. If you want to do a seminar, a house, what is it? The home buyer seminars or anything like that. You want to add contacts or information to your database. So if you don't have everybody's contact information, or if you want to add people's birthdays or anniversaries, you know, make sure that you are, you know, you can add to your database. During the 3 hours, you can do follow-up notes to people that you have met. So let's just say I had an open house this past weekend. You know, this week I've sent out notes and text to people that came through the open house. Research, study from, you know, find good agents, the top producing agents. We've got a lot in our own office. You know, the saying is, if you want to be a runner, go hang out with runners. If you want to be someone's, you know, a good cook, go hang out with people that like to cook. So if you want to be a great real estate agent, go hang out with great real estate agents. And then send special gifts and notes to your core advocates. These are pop buys. We'll talk about grading your database a little bit later, but these are the people that you know, without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to either use you or refer you out. So you want to treat them a little bit more special than someone you barely know in your database. So those are some ideas of what you should be doing during your lead generating. So it's not just sitting on the phone, reading a script like a robot. All right. Anybody have any comments or want to join in on that? Will share what they are doing or anything that's working for them? Anybody? Anybody? All right. Yeah, Holden. He ain't even paying attention.
No, I wasn't. I was
No,
paying attention.
he's helping me with
Yeah.
the chat, so
Yeah.
he is doing his job. Thank you, Holden, because I would not be able to. What do you share some lead generating ideas that you do? What are you doing to get out there or to promote yourself? What are some? Do you have any habits or that you've?
Yeah, so I try to make sure that at least once a week I'm posting something on Facebook and Instagram and things like that. I try my best to, if there's an open house available, to volunteer for it, and then I market that open house.
Yeah.
And then whatever agent I'm working with on open house, they also either share the marketing or make their own marketing for it. And then I have a lot of dedicated people in my circle that refer me out and share my posts. And
Are
things
you
like
staying
that.
in touch with those people? Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get in touch with like your core advocate people? Are you texting? Are you phone calls? Are you sending notes?
So whenever I get a referral from someone, I always send them a thank you card
Mhm.
at the end of the deal and everything. And then, sometimes I'll send a gift card or something to go along with it, just to thank them for doing that. And then I do the same thing whenever I close on a deal. I just send a thank you card with a little gift card in there for something.
Yeah.
And then usually a lot of the times if it's not through sending something in the mail, if I see something on our Facebook page, I'll comment on it. I'll just keep my name popping up in there.
Sure.
So, even if it's just something saying, congratulations for something or anything like that, it keeps my name in their feed.
There you go. Thank you. I'm not good on the social media yet, but I'm getting there.
When you're doing your social media, are you so I've talked to some people, are you dedicating one to business and then you have your personal, or is it all running through your personal? Are you doing Holden's Realty stuff on a separate page, or are you just running it through your own personal?
So yeah, no, it does. So I do kind of a mix of things. So I have my dedicated business page on my Facebook where I post everything is related to my real estate business is on there. On my personal page, usually what I'll do is I can tag my own name on my business page and it'll still pop up on my personal page. So my personal page is a mix of my business and my personal stuff.
And the business is business. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always share your business to your personal. And that way it mixes it up and it's in both places.
Right. I have a lot more people on my personal page.
Sure. Yeah.
And on Facebook, you can keep track of how many people have seen your posts and things like that, how much activity is generated and things like that. And it's usually when I share something on my personal page, unless I'm paying to advertise it, I can see that a lot more people are interacting with it and stuff like that. So I've usually seen it that way, and usually I also see that people in my circle and my family that will share my posts and stuff like that. I usually see it on my personal page before my business page. So
I could spend 3 hours during my lead generating time trying to figure out social media.
Well, that's why I'm
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Is it worth dedicating one? I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. Do you? I guess it doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
To have the business.
I have to, yeah.
Page.
Yeah. And
for me, that might be a focus issue for me to make sure I'm consistent if it's not mixed up in my personal.
Right. Yeah.
Just curious. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's good. All right. So here are just some little rules that, just good rules to have for lead generating. It is, of course, talking about the time blocking. And if you can get it in before noon, that's the best time to do it. Usually mornings are better times to get things done. I know if I wait in the afternoons, it doesn't get done. So if you can get it in before noon and try, like I said, try to do it if 9 to 11 is the best time for you, then do that. If 10 to 12 or 10 to 1 or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just try to make it consistent. Make it an appointment. Like when you write down a doctor's appointment, you know you're going to go to that doctor's appointment. Make this time to lead generate. And and during your lead generating time, this is not the time to work on your transactions that you've got going already. This is not the time to, do your dot loop for other transactions. This is specifically for lead generating. Block out 2 to 3 hours. So before I thought it was 3. I've read many things about lead generating and it's always been 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. Well, then I'm in this new training and now he said only 2 hours, 4 days a week. And I was like, yes, it kind of frees me up because I've got a lot of stuff going on. So, so the 2 hours a day, you can still get a lot done in 2 hours. So, just make sure it's consistent. And if it's only on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at that time, then that's fine. Or, Tuesdays and Thursdays at a different time, that's okay too. If you work better in afternoon, then put it in the afternoon. If 2 to 4 is your prime time, then rock it between 2 and 4. As long as it's on your calendar, you treat it like an appointment and nothing replaces it. So rule number 2, no skipping. It should be in your calendar. It's a set appointment, and then no interruptions. So if you're working from home, there's no going doing laundry. There's no, going and figuring out what's for dinner or, whatever. Lock yourself in your office and do this, do the lead generation time. Or come to the office because we've got plenty of space. We've got rooms, so it's nice and quiet. You won't be distracted. And also turn your phone off. This is not a time to take calls from clients that you're working with. This is not time to take phone calls. I mean, I understand our phones are important, but if it's not, I've learned with my phone, I don't answer it every time it rings now. I don't have a problem sending them to voicemail. I've time blocked the time where I check emails. I've time blocked the time where I return phone calls because my time is precious. I don't need to be, just because somebody needs me, I don't necessarily need them at that time. We can coordinate a time or something. So, I truly try to turn my phone off if I'm not making phone calls, or I try to ignore a text that's coming in. I don't have to answer that. I mean, I fight it. Don't get me wrong. I fight it. I was like, no. I mean, unless it's truly an emergency, So anyway, the little statement I have here, time on task beats talent every time. So if you could stay on task and you dedicate yourself 2 to 3 hours, then I don't care how talented you are. This is gonna beat your talent every time. I just have some quotes here. Nothing else is more important than lead generation. The overwhelming problems and issues you focus on in place of these activities will actually go away if you just lead generate. So if you just get in there, get hyper focused, that time goes by really, really quick. The great John C. Maxwell says, if you chase 2 rabbits, both will escape. When you don't focus your attention on, you become ineffective. So again, get hyper focused and realize that these next 2 hours, this is what you're going to focus on. All right, we're going to continue. I had an exercise in here, but we won't do it today. It's a lot more fun when you have more people and stuff. So, but I will talk about multitasking because I do my little spiel about multitasking here. It has been proven. I know a lot of y'all think that you're great multitaskers, especially moms. Sorry, Holden, but especially moms, we think we are the best multitaskers. I mean, we have children, we have husbands, we have families, we have other, we have careers, we have this, we have a lot going on in our life, and we think, well, we can do this and we can do this and we can do this. Well, we can, but there's no such thing as multitasking. Your brain cannot do 2 things at one time. it is going to take, one thing is going to take precedence over the other thing. So you can tell yourself you are a great multitasker all day long, but in reality, you're really not, because you are going to focus on one thing over the other. And one thing is not going to, you're not going to be your best at that other thing because you're focusing on this other thing. So, you know, I do try to do laundry and this and that, but I mean, I truly have to, this has been a challenge for me, is to, because I am ADD. I mean, I truly am ADD. I mean, I can go from here to here to here to here and nothing gets accomplished during the day. So I have learned and I've trained myself, and I have to do a lot of self-talk. Laura, you're going to sit down for these next 2 hours and you're going to do this. And, you know, I will see something and want to, you know, a rabbit hole, and I will want to go do it. And I just like, nope, Laura, you are focusing on, you know, doing these, yeah, you're looking through here, you're texting people for their birthdays for these next, you know, for the next 30 minutes or so, or this list of people, you're going to focus on this list of people. So, you know, I am the world's worst about wanting to go and do this and this and that, but I have learned and trained myself. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to focus on this right here for the next, and I'll set my timer. I will set my timer and go, okay, time me for the next 15. If it's just 15 minutes to focus on an item, then I do it for 15 minutes. Or I'll say, okay, timer for 30 minutes, whatever. You know yourself, you know what you need to do and how much time you need to do it in. So, but it's scientifically proven that your brain cannot fully give 100% to that one task, to 2 different tasks at the same time. All right, I think I have a chat or somebody's. Oh, yes, it is. So if you want to be efficient, if you want to be effective, then just focus on one task at a time. And no matter how much your body or your brain wants to do 3 things at once, bring it in, you can do it. All right, so here's what we do in our 3 hours. The first 30 minutes, you're going to prepare. You're going to, you know, figure out what you're going to do. Do you have an open house to prepare for the weekend? The open house does not start at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. It starts probably that Monday. You're getting your signs, you're getting your marketing material ready. You are getting your little, I made some little, thanks for popping by our open house, little popcorn thing. So I was on Etsy trying to buy some little tags because I didn't have time to make it. So your open house doesn't start that day. You know, you've got to prepare for balloons, putting your signs out. So, you know, so if you're doing, getting ready for your open house, then get your stuff together for your open house. Then, or if you are going through the A's in your phone and adding all the people, you know, the A, B, and C's in your phone, going everybody with the last names A's and B's and C's, you're going through there, you're making sure you have all their information. Do you have birthdays on everybody? Do you have anniversaries? Do you know their kids' names? Maybe kids' birthdays? Do you have, you know, their animals, their pets? What do they like to do? This could be, you know, so you're preparing yourself of what you're going to be doing that day. If you're catching up on filling in those blanks in your database. Then your action steps is going to be 2 hours. That's going to be your actions. So that's where, you know, you're looking up on Facebook, you're seeing what they're doing, and maybe writing a note. You know, let's just say they've had a loss in their family, or let's just say they had a new baby or something. You know, you get a lot of information off of Facebook and social media of what's going on in people's lives. So there's a lot of great information where you can create, you know, write your notes, give them a phone call, or send them a text. So that's, you're actually putting into action your things that you need to do. And then the last 30 minutes, you're going to maintain. You're going to make your notes. You're going to write down what you did that day. So you don't come in the next day going, well, who did I contact yesterday? What did I do? You know, it's maintain, make your notes, any loose ends, tie them up, and, you know, write your follow-up notes, track your numbers. How many did you contact today? Did you contact them, you know, phone calls? You can do tally marks, you know, phone calls, pop by idea, gifts, note cards that you wrote. So that's, you know, you can do this, you know, 30 minutes for prep time. You can do 1 hour action and then another 30 minutes. So there's your 2 hours if you want to do it in 2 hours. Any questions about that? Next slide is going to be more things, just some suggestions of what you can do. You know, if you're prospecting or if you're looking to do market plans, actions. So you can assemble your call list. You can, you know, rehearse your scripts. Not necessarily, I don't want you to sound like a robot, but if you are calling and asking for referrals that day, stick to that script. Don't have 5 different scripts and don't try to call 5 different types of people. You know, stick to that. Okay, I'm going to call people. I've got an open house. I'm gonna call people and let them know about my open house. So come up with that script. What are you going to say to these people? Do you have something kind of written out? You know, or you're going to ask for referrals, you know, however that script, whatever that script looks like, or you're going to call all your buyers today that you're working with. You're going to call all your listing people that day. You're just preparing your scripts. So I just would not do a different variety of scripts and phone calls. Stick to one certain phone call. Prepare open house, mail out invitations to events, and then action steps. You're going to make your phone calls. If you're going door, I don't even know if people door knock anymore. And then if you have networking events or client parties, you know, hosting your open houses, make follow-up phone calls, and then set appointments, enter your results in your database, follow-up notes, retract your results. That's pretty self-explanatory. And I think we'll be able to post this out so people have access to these slides, right? I know the recording, but I think I have this on our Facebook group, this actual slideshow. So if not, I will put it on the Facebook group. Yeah. All right, so that was lead generating. Any questions about lead generating and how to set that time? The most important thing is time blocking. That has changed my real estate. Well, not just real estate, my whole life. Like I literally, like, I know people online can't see my planner, but if you know me, you've seen my planner. It is color coordinated. It is, you know, I love, I mean, I write things in different colors. I've got certain colors meaning certain things. I mean, I am a color, I just see better in color than in black and white. So, yeah, all my stuff is, I mean, even my to-do list is all color coordinated. So time block, time block, time block. And that will change your life and in all areas of your life. All right. Now we're going to move on to the power of a database. What is a database? How do I even create a database? These are questions I know I had when I first started out. I knew what a database was, but I didn't know what a real estate database was. This is a record of your business success. You gotta, you know, when you make goals, you gotta track things to make sure that you're reaching those goals, or that you gotta have a way to record your actions and a way to, you know, to see where how far you've come, where you started, how your journey looks, and then the destination. So this is, you know, your database helps you with that. This is your business. Your database is your business. It is everything about your business. You will record contact information for your leads. You want to track it, your interactions with them. You want to assign them to appropriate marketing plans. You're going to have different types of people in your database. So you're going to have different types of marketing plans. You don't want to stick the wrong person or reach out to people on a marketing plan that doesn't even phase them. Then they're going to think, oh, they're getting their spam doesn't even pertain. They're not even interested in they don't even know me. They're just sending me stuff. So be very intentional about what you're doing. All right. This is old school here. Lynette's going to get a kick out of this because this is how Lynette and I started. And I think Melissa, you too, a few of us started with this. And because I am a very paper pencil type person, I'm a hands-on person. I like to feel. I'm not a techie person, even though I have a computer degree. Anyhow, 3x5 index cards. I still use them today. I still use my index cards. You can do electronic spreadsheets, and then you can have a CRM. You can pay for those. Right now, they're pretty cheap. You can create your own. There's plenty out there. So research it, figure out what works best for you. I have switched over to a CRM. I'm not necessarily using my note cards as much, but I am going through there because I wrote down, I have a lot of information on my note cards. So I'm still gradually transferring from paper over to my CRM. But, the question is, which is the best type of database tool to use? The answer is the one that you're actually going to use systematically. There we go. All right, so some more rules. Obey the laws. These are the laws of a database. Build it, feed it, communicate with it, and service it. We'll get into all of these in just a second, but these 4 things, if you're not doing this with your database, daily, weekly, monthly, then that year-end goal will be hard to achieve. We have to build it, we have to feed it, we have to communicate with it, and we have to service it. All right, building your database. The key to making the most of your lead generation is to build a database of people you meet in your business. You want to stay in touch with them. And over time, that database will become the engine of your business. It will power your lead generation. It will produce continuous flow of referrals. And in the end, it will be the key financial asset of your sales business. So like I said, if you want to survive, and make this a successful real estate business, then this is going to be the key to your business. This is setting your foundation. This is why we did this class first in the Kindle classes. This is where you start with building the database and lead generating. The size of your real estate business over time will be in the direct proportion to the size and quality of your database. And it's okay if you have a small database right now. It's quite all right. You can build, and you can get lots of business off a small database. So if you only have 2 people, we're going to love on those 2 people like nobody's business. So we are going to, because those 2 people know 2 people, and those 2 people know 2 people. So it's just going to, like that snowball effect, that dominoes, it's going to produce something along the way. All right. Here's a $1 million question that everybody asks, especially new agents or new people that just come into town that know no one. Where do contacts come from? Contacts can come from a wide variety of sources. These tributes feed your database each time you capture the contact information of a potential customer. So the first job is to capture their information, and then you want to cultivate that. So the getting their contact information is the seed. We're going to plant that seed in our database. Now we're going to cultivate it over time. And then we're going to get new business, hopefully repeat business from them, and then definitely referrals from them. So that's what we're going for. When we meet somebody with a real estate need, a potential customer or a potential client, that's what we're going to do. All right, here is your list of who to contact, who to put in your database. It's a lot of it. So you can, of course, start with the people that you know, your friends, your family. Put other agents in your database. This past week, I reached out. I needed to get this house sold that I put on the market this past weekend. I needed to get it out there. So I sent my open house to all the other agents. Hey, if y'all know anyone. I mean, I know they see it on the MLS, but I wanted it in front of their face. So, I kept all their information, other agents that I've worked with, in my database, and I was able to shoot that out. Your business network, your personal referrals, business referrals, builders, past clients, open house visitors, random conversations. I'll have a testimony on this one. I was putting out my open house balloon signs. My open house balloons on my signs on Saturday morning. And a truck pulls in beside me on the side of the road. I'm talking about, we are not in town. We are on backcountry road on Mount Pleasant and Mount Olive. Like it is out in the sticks. So this truck pulls up beside me after I put in my balloons on, and he's like, well, what kind of house you selling? I told him about the house. They didn't seem to have any interest in it, which was okay, because he had his father's house, who had passed away recently, and he had a log cabin with 5 acres to sell. Want to know if I had a business card? Well, yes, sir, I do. And then not only did they have that to sell, they want to sell their house with 10 acres, right? And then they want to buy. So that is a random person on the side of the road, because I was tying balloons onto an open house sign. So not only did I give them my card, I got their contact. I even set the appointment. I did the appointment yesterday, and now I'm going to have 3 transactions that I did not know about. Whoop, whoop. So anyhow, just having random conversations with people. I mean, even though they approached me, but it can lead into great things. That doesn't happen every day or even every year, but I'll take it when it comes. So if you let's see here, response to door knocking, like I said, if people are even door knocking anymore, you can pay for lead generating services. I would not recommend, but if you have the budget for that, if you want, that's your thing, you go right ahead. Your personal network, your expired, you can go on the MLS and look up expired and withdrawn listings. You can search out FSBOs, for sale by owners, if that's your cup of tea, not mine. You can farm neighborhoods, meaning that you can find a neighborhood, a subdivision, and just target that neighborhood. Come in for office call time. You can sit here and maybe get some people off. I know I've gotten good leads and closed with people that called the office. Hopefully, the fall time is here. People are going to be out and about. We've got the office set up now for you to come in, sit in the office. You never know. You don't know until you try it. So come into the office and you might get that random person ready to sell their $1 million home. No. All right. Seminars, you can go there. You can get people off of your yard signs. You can have client parties for people, your past clients. Be involved in your community. Start volunteering at places. I know we have our own Lantern Little volunteer community here, but do your own thing. Go volunteer. Be a present in your own community. Respond to you know, if you send out mailers, might get responses to that, follow up with your mailers, geographic farms, responses to advertising. And then if you have your website, I should have put on here social media. So, yeah, this is where you get your leads from. This is who you put in your database. All right, we're going to talk about METs and haven't METs. So your haven't, well, let's talk about METs first. Those are easier. Your METs are people that you know. These are people that you've met, you've established a relationship, you know these people. These are people easy to work with. You don't mind calling them up or sending them a text or sending them a message in Messenger, however you know they communicate. These are people that, you know, so now what we're doing, we're working our database. Where we've added people into our database. Now we're going to work it. We're going to cultivate our database. So we're going to, you know, call these people, let them know that you're in real estate, remind them you're in real estate, or call them and just say, I hope you're having a great day, whatever it is, however you want to strike up a conversation. These people are going to be past clients. They're going to be willing to refer you because they know you. And people are going to refer people that they know. So METs are pretty easy. Your haven't METs. These are people that, that are just random people, like the people I met on the side of the road. I haven't met them. I made the appointment. I got to know them a little bit better yesterday. And, you know, now I can put them into my MET category because they, you know, now they're my clients. Haven't METs come from, let's just say you're having an open house party for one of your clients. A housewarming party for one of your clients. You can, you're meeting their friends. Those are haven't METs. People you meet in the grocery store, if you're wearing your name badge or you actually hear a conversation, your ears perk up a lot quicker when you randomly hear these conversations and your ears like, oh, I heard something about a house or for sale or something. And anyway, those are your haven't METs. And you want to put those people, work with them a little bit until you get them into your METs category. More on building your database. This is just some more ideas, family, friends, neighbors, home area, your neighborhood, school, church, people you do business with, sporting events. If you have kids, you know, or hobbies, if you're in a group, a certain, you know, there's all types of groups now you can be a part of. Former employees, your organizations. Any questions on who to add to your database? All right. So we need to feed our database. We need to feed it every day. That needs to be a part of your in your 2 hours, 3 hours of lead generating. These are big numbers. This is if you are a full-time agent. I know some of us are part-time agents. You know, make these your numbers. You know what will work for you. You want to, I just put 10, 10, 10. It was just easy. You want to make 10 new contacts. If your number is 5, if your number is 3, just make new contacts, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's out and about, whether it's at your kid's practice or sporting event. Just go, you know, introduce, be friendly, be nice. You want to enter people into your database, whatever that number is. You want to try to write notes every day. It was nice to meet you at my open house. You know, just something very simple. Or, you know, that, and, you know, I've got to write my people that I had an appointment with, write them a note, thanking them for letting me come out and seeing their property and trusting me with this, with the whole process of buying and selling. So, you know, those are some notes I've got to write. And then preview homes, take time on the MLS. You know, at least look at them through the MLS just to get used to neighborhoods and houses and previewing homes, or go set up through showing time, some show and goes. Go look at houses, practice showing, pretend you have a buyer, grab one of your friends and say, okay, you're gonna pretend I'm a buyer. We're going to go through and I'm gonna show you this house or whatever. Go preview homes. If your clients are busy, that makes a great impression on them, that you went and took the initiative to go preview a home for them. It might not have even been on their radar, but it might have been exactly what they wanted and they didn't even realize it. So that could be part of, and then you contact them, they're in your database, you contact them, hey, I went and looked at this house. I think this would really, I think it really fits your needs. Let's go look at it. So be a little, you can be proactive without being pushy, without being used car salesman. Expanding your database. Again, open houses, for sale by owners, agent to agent referrals, your farming, phone calls, meeting new people through school, church. There is not an excuse out there that you cannot feed your database. You can always add someone to your database. But make sure they're qualified though. And we'll talk about that later. What to feed your database. All right, so now we know who to add. What do we add? When you meet someone, you won't be able to get all of this information at one time, which is okay. At least get their name. Don't just hand them a business card. Ask for their information as well. People don't mind giving you their information. At least their phone, just at least their name, phone number, and email address. If you can get their home address, that's great. If not, you can always look it up on Realist. You can find anybody on the internet nowadays. And you can social media stalk them. If you go on Facebook, people put all their business on Facebook, just about. Too much of their business on Facebook. I have found I have found addresses, phone numbers, anniversaries, birthdays, their kids. Everything on Facebook. I'm like, whoo, y'all some open people, no privacy whatsoever. But you can find, I've spent quite a few hours on Facebook looking up people and filling in my little note card, my 3x5 index cards for information for these people. Ask them for their business card, exchange business cards. That's an easy way to get their information. Just say, oh, do you have a business card? And then they'll probably say, oh yeah. And then you can say, well, here's mine. So that's just the easy way to collect their information as well. And then the idea is to get enough information to set them up on some type of marketing plan, action plan. So that is, try to collect as much as you can. If this is all that you can collect for now, then that's great. Name, phone number, and email address are the top 3. Home address we can get later, or we can look it up. I have gone through my database and I just reached out, hey, I'm working on my database. And I just want to make sure your contact information is up to date. Has anything changed? Because maybe I sent an email to them and it kicked back. And instead of saying, oh, I sent you something, just say, hey, I'm just updating my information. Is this still your email address? Is this still a good phone number? Is this still whatever? You can do that through Messenger on Facebook Messenger. You can text them. And people, surprisingly, well, not really surprisingly, but people are willing. I think it more surprises us than anything, but they are willing to give you their information, especially people that you know. So communicate with your database. Set appointments, phone calls, letters, postcards, other activity. Update your database as you lead generate. Add new contacts, update any existing contact information that has changed. Some people move, some people, I've had to take, unfortunately married people that are not married anymore. I've had to take spouses off or make 2 separate cards for each spouse now. So, make sure, because you don't want to send Mrs. and Mrs. Joe Smith a card wishing them happy anniversary when they've been divorced for 3 months and this hasn't been very, very civil or something like that. So, make sure that you're staying involved with your database and that you are, you're communicating with them and you're showing that you care, all the while trying to keep up with your business. The benefits of communicating is consistency. You're constantly staying in touch with the same, these people. They hear from you, like Holden was saying earlier, just to make, he stays in touch with them, not enough to annoy them, but just enough that his name pops up to remind them, hey, oh yeah, Holden's in real estate. And he doesn't even have to mention real estate. He can just say, hey, or say hello to them or comment on their Facebook post. And then that just keeps his name in front of their face and they see it and they see it. And then hopefully the algorithm with Facebook or something, his post will pop up on their Facebook page, on their feeds. And, then, it's a very subtle, like, oh yeah, Holden, oh, another house under contract. Great job. Good job, Holden, So, the social media really, really helps out with that. So it's just consistency. Predefined, find pre-made scripts, letters, notes, other mailing pieces that you can use during your marketing plan. Pinterest and YouTube have plenty of ideas out there. Figure out what works for you. Don't jump from one marketing plan to another marketing plan. Have your set of people for a certain marketing plan that will work for this set of people, or you have this set of people for this marketing plan. But get your marketing plan figured out. Repeatable. Practice your scripts for phone calls, events. Make your delivery easier. You can just, like I said, just basically just be consistent with this. You can, call them, hey, I'm about to drop something off at your house. Just want to let you know, you don't even have to knock on their door, or you can send a selfie. Just drop this off. Make sure you check your front door or something like that. Then automatic. Once you've decided marketing items to use, such as calendar, sports schedules, you can put your marketing plan on autopilot. So, what I've done now is I ordered last year, I put into place in my marketing plan calendars for the new year. I think, Melissa, you've done that before as well. So now, August, September, I order my calendars and then I will have them ready. I'll start working on them now. And then in November, I'll send them out because I don't want to do it during the holidays. I want to do it before the Christmas, holidays get too crazy. So I want to send them out probably 1st of November for next year's calendars. And this year, so I did that. And then I also sent out sports schedules, the Panthers football schedules. So I got those out a little later. So next year, I already have it on my calendar when to order them and when to put them out there. So I'm gradually adding these marketing plans into my system. And so, come up with, like I said, what marketing plans work for you and who to go to. And then here's just a good little checkoff list. If y'all are like me, I like my list and task.
That's why
Yes, exactly. This is your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. I understand. No, you go right ahead. Put in however many contacts you want to add, manage your leads, keep appointments, make calls, write notes. This is stuff that you need to be doing daily. Your weekly, I write my note cards, but I wait till Friday to mail them, or birthday cards or anniversary cards. I don't want to have to go to the post office every day to dump off things. So I just, I write them during the week, and then Friday I go out or pick one day of the week or whatever. Monthly, your emails, you send monthly, You're not going to send emails maybe every day. You may have a newsletter that you send out a quarter or a pop by quarterly. I'm going to start incorporating, pop buys every quarter, maybe make them a little bit bigger for my past clients and my core advocates. I've got over 200 people in my database. I'm not going to go out and pop by 200 people. So I'm going to figure out, when we talk about grading a database, I only do like little pumpkins or, things like that. I'm going to have my fall, winter, spring, and summer pop-bys. Then you have your yearly things to do right here. Make sure that you're reviewing and updating your whole database. Develop your business plan. If you haven't developed one, October is a great month to do your business plan and your goals for next year. And that is it. So any questions, anybody online have anything, please share anything that you have, your notes, what worked for you. Anybody have any questions about a database or how to work a database? All right. We are done. Anything you want to add, Melissa? Do I need to get back? Do I need to make you host again? How do I do that? Here.
Does anybody have any questions or anything they do
Comments?
differently that they want to add?
All right. I don't know how to make it.
I can swipe it back.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody coming and listening. And Laura, I appreciate your time
Oh,
and your
of course.
information for sure. Thank you.